Mike, smile. All right. How'd you get stuck in the back row, Claudia?
Oh, I think if I have
Just
to go.
kidding. It's all good. All right, guys. Let's go and get things started. Now, before I do get started, first thing I want to do is I want to introduce myself. I am Dr. Ray. I've been in practice, guys, for 33 years. Okay? I graduated from Western State Chiropractic College in 1987. I was valedictorian of the class, which makes me the smartest of 350 students. I was also the youngest ever to be appointed to the Colorado Board of Chiropractic Examiners, which leads us to a very important question. You know what that question is? Why is that door 3 foot wide? Anybody know? Anybody? Okay, you ready? My head was so big, I thought I knew everything. I couldn't fit through doors. I thought I knew everything, Miriam. Okay? But here's the truth. When you're young, you think you know what? Everything, right? When you get older, you figure out you didn't know anything. Okay? So here's what I thought. I thought my job, my responsibility was to get people feeling better and improve their quality of life. Make them feel good. Okay? And I thought it was the responsibility of the medical community to treat diseases and get people healthy. Does that make sense? Right, it does, doesn't it? Except one little problem. About 3 years into my clinical practice, this started happening. Dr. Ray, I have cancer. I'm like, okay, I need you to go. I'm only 27, all right? So I was kind of freaking out. And I said, you go to your medical doctor and do exactly what he says. Chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. The patient died and never saw him again. That hurt. I'm 27. That hurt my heart, you know? Look, Dr. A, I have heart problems. I want to crack my chest open. They did the surgery. Only one little problem. He died on the table. Never saw him again. Look, Doctor, I have diabetes. They want to put me on insulin shots. You do exactly what the doctor says, and they died from the shots. See? So I was thinking to myself, you know, something's not right. Now, think about this. I was valedictorian, smartest in my class, very astute guy. I said, you know what, I can figure this thing out. I went back to the books, into the textbooks, literally studying, researching with everything I had to figure things out. Fast forward to today, all right? It's now 2019. I had patients every day coming in doing this. Look, Dr. A, no more cancer. Is that cool? Wouldn't that be awesome? Look, Dr. A, no more heart problem. It took me off all my medications, canceled my surgery. Look, Dr. A, no more insulin shots. So here's the take home, the simple part of this. You're gonna get better. You're all gonna get better. I'm not gonna let you not get better. Fair? Deal? All right, that's it. Let's go look at the x-rays. I'm kidding, there's a lot more. Okay? But the bottom line is you are gonna get better. All right, just accept it. I will not let it happen any other way. Fair? All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Now, before we do get started on the meat of the material, some things that we all have complete agreement on. We have to agree that the brain controls everything. Agreed? Agreed? Okay, that means you're agreeing that it pumps our heart, digests our food, talk, taste, feel, touch, heal, every hormone, every gland, everything inside our body is controlled by that brain. Agreed? All right. How does it work? Well, it sends electricity down through the spinal cord, through the nerves, and that tells the heart to pump through that nerve. Lungs to breathe, stomach to digest. Make sense? So, if I cut the nerve to the heart, what happens to you? What percent of the time?
100%.
Every single time. There's no Wi-Fi connections, okay? It's a wired system, okay? Now, in order for the brain to talk to the heart and all the other organs, the arcs of the spine, guys, these are numbers to remember, have to be exactly 45 degrees, and from the front, it's got to be straight up and down. No scoliosis twisting. Got it? So let's make an assumption. Mike, let's assume my spine is perfect. Why can we assume that? Because it is. I take care of myself, okay? So my spine's perfect, and I'm sitting over here at Thornton Parkway, and a freak snowstorm hits. That never happens, does it? Okay? And I get hit by a bus 65 miles an hour. Am I okay? My spine is jacked up and twisted out of place. What is the fancy name for a twisted, misaligned spine? Who remembers? Anybody? Ready? It's called a subluxation. So my spine is now out of alignment and it's pinching the nerve to my heart. What kind of problems might I experience? Give me some ideas, anybody? Pain in the heart, good. What else? Mike, anything? Okay, neck pain, awesome. What else? Maybe heart palpitations, racing heart, numbness, heart things, right? Does that make sense? You ready for the surprise answer? I would feel normal. Wait a second. Cut the nerve to the heart. What happens if you cut the nerve to the heart? Like that, right? But see, if you pinch the nerve to the heart hasn't had a chance to get sick yet. Do you understand? So the cops came up and said, hey, are you okay? Guess what I told them? Yeah, I'm fine. Am I? Is there any way I'm okay? I cannot be okay. If there's pressure on that heart nerve, the communication, the animation between the brain and the heart has been blocked. Now watch what happens. Ignore that, because it doesn't hurt. I'm fine, right? 10, 15, 20 years later, guess what I start experiencing? All the heart problems. Does that make sense? Now, because my accident was maybe 15 years ago, am I thinking chiropractor or heart guy, heart doctor? Who are you going to go to? It makes logical sense. Now, he's a heart doctor. What's he going to run, Claudia? A heart test or a nerve test? Heart. Because he's the heart guy. Makes sense, right? I'm the nerve guy. So he runs a heart test and says, okay, you got a sick heart. What's the doctor going to do for you? What's he going to do? Surgery? Not yet. What's the first? They're always their first line of defense. Medication. Now I want you guys to get this. This is really important. How long do you have to take the medication? Forever. Why? Because we never got to the cause of the problem. Do you understand? So you take the pills forever, which makes the drug companies happy, but it doesn't make you healthy, does it? Now, you continue to get sick because the pressure never came off the nerve. Now you have your heart attack, and now they do the, say it, now they crack the chest open. They do the bypasses, the stents. They sew me up. I feel like a new man. Miriam, am I healthy or sick? Has anything changed? I'm still sick, right? Where does this end? Where does this end?
When you die?
Sadly, yes, but not for years. You see, the medical establishment has created a system which keeps us in existence for years. Your life is pretty much over, isn't it? But you're in existence for a very long time. Now what happens? You take your pills, the pills don't fix everything, you start getting side effects from the pills, you become toxic, your brain goes south, your feet hurt, you end up in nursing home care, right? And then ultimately you end up in sitting, oxygen tank, adult diapers, wondering what happened to your life. And then you get to die. Wishing, and you're happy that you did. What did I just describe? The American healthcare system. Right? And where was the health in any of that? Was there any health development at all? It was all management of symptoms and disease. What's more important? First of all, let me ask you a question. How much money do you think I just spent on all this heart treatment? Would you guess? Anybody want to venture a guess? Okay, out of your own pocket, $500,000. You got $500,000? That's what I do. Nobody has $500,000, right? It's a problem. That's why bankruptcy is the number one cause of bankruptcy in America is medical bills. Because we're not getting to the cause of people's health problems, right? You got to get to the cause. And what is more important, money or health? 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 Salud or dinero? Salud? Health? Salud? Health, health, and what did the baby say? Just kidding. Okay, so health, right? We agree with that, don't we? But let me tell you something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 liars in this room. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, 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 liar. Okay? I can prove it. Okay? Here it goes. My name's Carlos. Okay? He wakes up, and here's what he does when he gets up in the morning. He goes, oh, I feel terrible. Oh, you know what? Health is so important to me. I'm not going to work. Money doesn't matter. In fact, I'm going to go down and have an organic breakfast. Then I'm going to go get me a nice massage. Then I'm gonna go down by the Platte River and I'm gonna do some meditation by the river, do some yoga, right? Do all this healthy stuff. And oh man, he wakes up the next day and say, dang, I feel better. I'm never going back to work because money's not important to me, right? What makes more sense, that scenario or this one? Here's Carlos, he wakes up in the morning. Oh. Right? What's he looking for? Aleve, Tylenol, Advil, right? And he goes to work and struggles through, gets worse and worse and worse. Then he ends up in a medical office. And what do? They make it worse by giving him his prescription. That masks it more until he becomes so sick he can't even work. Then all the money he was so worried about goes away. Which scenario seems more legitimate? The first one or the second one? See, here's the thing. We say it with our lips, and we think we mean it, but you don't honor and listen to it. Health is so important to me, but then you do dumb things that don't match what you said. See, what I'm trying to get at, guys, is this. You have to take your health seriously now, before you get the cancer, before you get the heart disease, before you develop the diabetes. Because now it's a long, hard, heavy, and very expensive road, and you never get to come back from it most of the time. So I'm telling you right now, today's the day you choose health. And we're going to teach you what that is, and make sure you get it now and for the rest of your days. Fair enough? Because you guys asked me for something. And let me tell you what you guys told me. You said, listen, I want to make sure I have a healthy retirement. I want to have a great, that's what Michael told us. Okay? And for Claudia, where's my Claudia? Family and sports, right? Important to you. How would you like to be able to do, what's your favorite sport?
I just like hiking.
Hiking. How'd you like to be hiking at 100 with your great-grandchild? In a good, healthy way. Not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a healthy 100-year-old woman. Would that be awesome? Okay? Exercise and socialize. Where's my Miriam? She wants to exercise and be social. Forever, right? You don't want to be laying in a bed and have your grandchildren come around. You can't even talk to them because you can't breathe. And you have dementia, whatever, right? That's what I'm talking about. Are you guys understanding the concepts here? We want to make sure you get to do whatever you want. Julio, you were hiking too and socializing. Okay? Right? That's the point, isn't it? Isn't that what this is about? Quality of life? And that's what you deserve, but you've got to take positive action to get it. It doesn't come through magic. We have to take the positive steps to make sure your body's healthy for a lifetime. Fair enough? We've got to take health seriously. 998,000 people died last year from the #1 leading cause of death in America. #1 killer. What is it? Anybody guess? Heart disease. Good guess is #2. Killed 700,000 last year. #1. What is it? What do you think? Anybody? Cancer is #3. Good job, Claudia. Okay, I'll give you a hint on #1, and rarely, if anybody gets it, so don't feel bad. It's not it's not a disease. #1 cause of death.
Stress.
Ooh, I like that, girl. Not the right answer, but I like it. Okay, let me draw a box. Okay, now these are called essentials, not optionals. Okay, you got to do this in order to be healthy. So I'm going to put essentials so we don't forget. You got to manage your stress, right? Because if you get stressed, it's going to make you sick. You got to manage your stress. What else? You want to be healthy, what would you do? Good. Diet and nutrition. What else? Sleep, exercise and sleep. Put exercise and sleep together. This one, and surprisingly, no one ever gets this one. Minimize your exposure to toxins. Alcohol, cigarettes, medications. Medications are poison. Did you guys know that? Listen to this. Anybody ever seen a commercial on television about drugs? Anybody ever seen those? Okay. Think about what happens. At the beginning, they do what? Oh, it's going to be great, and it's the best stuff ever, just take it, right? And they're dancing and going through a field or something, right? But what's at the end?
The second effect.
Now they call them side effects. Do you guys realize the word side effects wasn't even invented until the TV commercials came out? They're symptoms. And what is the purpose of a symptom? To tell you something's wrong. Don't do that anymore. And what do you do instead? You go back to the doctor. What's he do? Here's another one. And another one. And another one. And you're sitting there taking tons of medications and getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Not a good idea, right? What's the number one killer? Give up? Ready? Number one killer in America, and it's a terrible thing, is visiting a medical doctor. Last year, going to a doctor killed almost 1 million people. They're called preventable medical errors. Doctors making mistakes. Now, they're not evil. They're not plotting to kill you. It's just a system that's flawed, and they're doing the best they can. Listen to this story. My good friend Gary, wonderful mechanic. Transmission comes loose, it falls. What does he do? Tries to catch it. Tears the labrum in his shoulder. Ends up at a medical office. Does a great job, a great diagnosis. Figured out what was wrong, and they sewed him up and sent him home. And they gave him a prescription. For what? Opiate drugs. Number one killer in America right now. And they just approved him for children, Claudia. For kids. Isn't that ridiculous? They're killing people left and right with them, and now they're giving them to children. That's insane. So Gary gets a prescription, takes it at the right dose, at the right time, and now Gary's dead because he took the medication. Oops, sorry. He didn't do well, and he died from it. Sorry about that. What do you mean sorry about that? That's insane. Right? 1.3 million people died from cancer and heart disease last year. Is that a lot of people? Especially if you knew them. For every 6 Americans you see, 5 will die from cancer and heart disease. And if you add to it Parkinson's, diabetes, and multiple sclerosis in there, it skyrockets to 6 out of 6, or every single person, 100% of this room, is going to die from a disease, including the baby. Isn't that sad? You enjoying this class so far? It sucks, doesn't it? Okay, it's a terrible class because it's the truth. But I'll tell you something, this article right here changed my practice. Because as I read these horrible statistics, I read on. And I found out this. In other countries that are not America but have the same kind of economics, rich countries, only 1 out of 20 people die. 1 out of 20. Which means what? There's hope. They're doing something right that we're doing wrong. What is that? Any idea? Because that's where I had to delve in deep, trying to figure out what was going wrong. So what did I do? I determined that was the problem. So I put together nutrition programs, stress management programs, detoxification, and exercise and fitness programs for all my patients. And guess what changed? Nothing. Look, doctor, I still have cancer. I still have heart problems, still have diabetes. Nothing changed. So I went back to the textbooks, went back into the research, and I found an answer in 2 medical journals. One was in the New England Journal of Medicine, the other one was in the Journal of the American Medical Association. And this is what basically I found out. The reason we are so sick and diseased in this country is because of our approach to health. In other words, there's no profit in getting people healthy. The profit is in keeping people taking drugs until they get diseases and then treating the freaking diseases forever until you have a sick and miserable life. Is that where you want to play, or do you want to be healthy? Who wants to be healthy besides me? Raise your hand. Health, yeah, salud, salud. Yeah, everybody wants to be healthy, Claudia? There we got it, good. You want the one girl. So here comes the hard question. What is it? What is health? How do you know when you have it? How do you know when you don't? Can you answer that question for me? You woke up today, you said, I'm a healthy guy or I'm an unhealthy guy. How'd you make that decision?
What you eat, what you do in your
Okay?
lifetime.
Listen to this, okay? You guys may not know this fella. You might, Mike, because you're old like me. But the guy's name was Jim Fixx. He wrote a book. It's called The Runner's Book on Health. Okay? everything you need to do, exercise, nutrition, all these essentials right here. Guess what happened? He had a heart attack while running. So is the answer in these? I mean, these are essential, don't get me wrong, but that's not the answer to the question. See, that's the problem. These things make us healthy, but it's not the definition of what health is. So what is it? How do you know? Claudia, how do you know if you're healthy or not? How'd you decide today? You woke up and said, I think I'm healthy. I think I'm not. How'd you make that choice?
I came here because my back was hurting.
Okay. Oh, did you hear what she said? She felt bad, right? We felt yucky, therefore I must not be healthy, right? Who taught us that? The medical doctor, didn't he? When Carlos was just a little guy, he walked up to his mommy. He says, Mommy, I don't feel so good. Mommy said, we got to take you to the doctor. Oh, let's go. We got to go. Went to the doctor. What did he do? He wore the stethoscope, which is very powerful with the white coat. Makes you, ooh, you got power, right? And what did he do? And he listened with the stethoscope and he said, oh, you're sick, Carlos. You need a prescription, right? And you took the drug and you felt better. What'd you learn that day? When I feel bad, I'm unhealthy, I take a drug and drugs heal me. And we wonder why we have a culture that takes drugs over everything. You see the problem? It's not just it's not the street drugs, it's the prescription drugs that are killing more people than anything. So what the heck is health? And how about this one? Routine breast exams. Walk in, I feel great. The tumor was the size of a pea and you didn't feel it. Are you healthy or sick? But how can that be? She just said feeling bad is health. So if you have cancer, you're not healthy, are you? No matter how good or bad you feel. So is feeling good a good measuring stick for the absence or presence of health? It's not. But that's what we use in this country, and the consequence has been this kind of mess. So here's the answer. You ready? Health is when your body is functioning perfectly at 100%. Every gland, every cell, every tissue, every organ of our body is functioning at 100%. Here's the take home. What organ inside our body controls every gland, every cell, every tissue, every function of the body? The brain. And how does the brain communicate all that message? Through a healthy nervous system at 45, 45, and 45. And from the front, it's got to be straight up and down so that that communication network is working the way it was intended. Make sense? Now I submit to you this. These are essential. Agreed? But these nervous system is more important. See, who's heard about the old adage, you are what you eat? Heard that before? Not true. It's what you digest and absorb. And what tells the stomach to digest? That would be the brain. So if I cut this nerve and I put organic food into my stomach, what would you have? Organic poop. Here you go. Right? You would not digest and you would starve to death, even though you put organic food in. And what about this one? Okay? Exercise. Is it essential? Yes. But what if I cut the nerve to your muscles? Ask a paralyzed guy how important the nerve system is. They're sitting in a chair, they can't move because the muscles are broken because the connection's broken. And what about stress? What manages all the body hormones? The brain through these nerve systems, right? And it's got to be clean. And what tells the liver? See, the liver is the organ of detoxification. There he is. How does he communicate? Through the brain and nerves. Makes sense now, doesn't it? So what's our goal? 45, 45, and 45. And from the front, it's got to be straight up and down, right? Oh, get rid of that. Okay, let's learn about 45. That be for you. Do me a favor, pass it over your head. Oh, there you go. Keep passing. Okay, one more. Keep passing. And hold on to that one. Okay, pass behind you. Okay, and hold that one. Pass that one behind you. And that one's for you. And that one is for you. Okay, now for those that got passed, oh sorry, you get one too. Okay, for those, oh you didn't get one? Oh, here we go. Well, that's good, that's yours. Nope.
No necesito este.
Todo, okay? All right, so for those who got handed one, you know which way to hold it. For other people, this is the skull right here, and this is the shoulder. It's still 45 even it's upside down, but it's better if you look at it right side up, okay? But here's the question though. Why 45? What does 45 have to do with anything? Well, let's see if we can make some sense of it. This is a perfect 45-degree curve. The same thing that's in your hand right there. Now this is an MRI picture of the same thing. I want you to look how chubby that cord is. There it is from the top view. Can everybody see that okay? So a normal curve, you've got a cord that is relaxed with no tension. Now, I want you to take a look at a phase 1 patient. Notice what happened to the curve. Gone, less than 45 degrees. Loss of curve, the cord goes from chubby to skinny because of the tension. Can we all agree that that's about 50% loss of function? In other words, he's 50% dead, right? Because if the nerve can't connect, aren't you dead? What's the opposite of health? It's not ill health, it's dead. Want to hear something really scary? You have to have 60% damage to a nerve before you feel it. Which means all these people running around 50% dead feel great. This is where silent heart attacks happen. This is where cancers happen. This is where diabetes happens. You walk into the doctor feeling fine and walk out with a diagnosis of something very scary. But what's the typical American approach when you feel good? What do you do about it? Nothing. And then you end up in phase 2. Now remember, phase 1, loss of curve. Phase 2, the tension and stretching has now collapsed the discs and the disc is ruptured into the cord. We now have 70% nerve damage. How much pain is that person in? A lot. Now tell me the name of the medication that's going to fix that. What's the name? What medication is going to align those bones? That's going to align those bones? Percocet's going to align those bones? Okay. What's the name of the surgery that's going to fix that? That's not going to fix it. The only thing that's going to fix it is corrective chiropractic care, which is what we do here. But that's not the classic American approach, is it? It's pills and surgery. And then what happens? We end up progressing into phase 3. And now the cord is damaged by 90%. Look at that cord, guys. That's 90% dead. Let's review. You get a subluxation, a misalignment today. 10 years later, it shows up as phase 1. How much pain are you in? None. Phase 2, you get into pain, and now the discs are collapsing. That takes 15 years. 25 years, you start developing degenerative spondylitic osteoarthritis, okay? Go ahead, Carlos, say that for me. Degenerative spondylitic osteoarthritis, go. Don't worry, nobody can say it, don't feel bad, okay? We don't call it that, though. That's the fancy name that scares everybody. We call them chicken beaks. Can you say beaks? Anybody say chicken beaks? We're okay with beaks, right?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I'm going to show you guys. Take a look. Take a look at that. See those pointy edges right there? That's the bird beaks. That's a phase 3 look right there. It won't be on that one. It's right here. It's aquí. See las puntas on the huesos, aplastados los discos, todo aquí. That's perfecto. No problemos. Okay, see right there? Claro. See the picos aquí? Do you see it? Right there, picos on the huesos. Those are normal. These are perfecto. There's no problemos. You see the huesos? Do me a favor and show her behind you. Okay, so everybody got it? So, thank you, dear. All right, so if this person right here, if this happened the day they were born, and it takes 25 years to get this bad, how old is this patient? 25. Simple math, isn't it? Then answer this question. How can she be 13 with 25 years of damage? She's only 13 years old. And she would have died if not for our intervention from heart disease because of the nerve damage. How'd she get, see, understand, subluxation is a time thing, but it's also a degree thing. How serious was the trauma? In other words, how did a little baby get so jacked up? Let me explain. This little girl was coming through a birth canal. The doctors, with their infinite wisdom, decided to stick a vacuum cleaner on the baby's head. And they jerked the baby out of the birth canal, picked the baby up by their head. If I picked up a baby by the head, who would punch me in the face for that?
Me?
Yeah, me. He's in the back row telling me, yeah, exactly. And yet it happens in a medical form, and everybody says it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to pull a baby. It's not okay to jerk a baby. And what happens? These poor little babies go through this. We wonder why we have kids with ADD, ADHD, and all these other health challenges. Diabetes with little kids now. When I went to school, it was called adult onset diabetes. Now little kids are getting it because of the nerve damage to the pancreas. It's insane. You guys don't know this. That's why we have to teach it. Okay, you guys got that phase 1, 2, 3 thing? All right, let's review. All right, this is Donna. Now, Donna came to us after seeing a different chiropractor for 10 years. Look at the picture I gave you. That's what I want you to use it for. And I want you to take a look at that and take a look at that. Now, she was seeing a chiropractor for 10 years. Did the chiropractor do their job, yes or no?
No.
There's no curve. So we couldn't, see, the chiropractor wasn't doing the work we do here. Only a small fraction of chiropractors do corrective work in here. Most of them are doing this. So one reason she didn't get better was because she wasn't getting the right kind of chiropractic. The other reason is because she had insurance, not because she didn't. See, do we take insurance? Absolutely. Do I participate with insurance? No. How does a doctor end up in a network, in the book, in that network, the Kaiser network or something? How do they get in? You ever wondered about that? They pay money to the insurance company to get in, and then they sign a contract, which means the doctor works for the patient or the doctor works for the insurance company. And insurance is in business to make money or get you healthy. They're in business for money. So they don't care. You're putting the trust of an insurance company, your child's life in the trust of an insurance company that's all about profit. They're not making decisions based upon life or death. They're making it on profit and loss. Donna was given 12, allowed, that's the word. You're allowed 12 visits. What do you mean allowed? That's ridiculous. She was given 12 visits a year. Who's good at math? 1 visit a month for 10 years. Watch what happened to Donna. What started off as neck pain became numbness and tingling into the arms. She started getting migraine headaches. Then she started getting troubles with her tummy. She started burping up acid. Then when she got an ulcer diagnosis, her friend, my patient, said, okay, come on, you're coming here. And made her, I'm kidding, Carlos. He's coming up here. Made Donna come here. Made her come here. And look at the end result. Take a look. You guys tell me, did I do my job, yes or no? Take a look. What do you think happened to all the health problems? They went away. They have to. Because the nervous system is now connected to the body, and the body is healing. Makes sense, right? Okay, guys, do you think I saw her 1 time a month? Absolutely not. Every person with a set of x-rays in this room will be starting off at 3 times a week. Why? That's what the x-rays told me, right? That's what it needs to be. That's the optimum. That's what we're after. She started off at 3 times a week for 1 month. Then we sat in the office and we had a consultation. It's called the yes consultation. We call it that because you're going to say yes to me 7 times. I'm going to have 7 questions you're going to say yes to them, okay? We're going to run through it so you guys aren't surprised when it happens. First question I'm going to ask is, did you make all your treatments? And you're going to say what? Yes. Why is it so important you make your treatments? I want you to think about it this way. You look in the mirror and you go, who's the fat guy in the mirror? Oh my God, it's me, right? and you go to the gym 3 times a week for 52 visits to the gym, what would happen? You'd be sexy, boy. What if you went to the gym 1 time a year for 52 years? Would it be the same? No, in fact, you'd probably be worse. Do you understand how important it is you follow the schedule? See, we've got to get the bones in place. So I'm serious as a heart attack. You got to reschedule your appointments or I will charge you for missed appointments. Okay? All you got to do is simple. You do old school telephone call and leave a message with us, or there's a phone app where you can reschedule it. All you do is get it on your phone and boom, 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 and reschedule. Now, guys, you got to get them tight. You got to get them within that 30-day window so you get the right kind of benefit from it. Make sense? Okay, so reschedule those appointments. So first question, did you make all your treatments? You're going to say yes. Okay? Number 2, I'm going to ask you, have you been doing your exercises? Now there's 2 types of exercise. There's the fitness exercises. Now you are going to get an exercise video or you're going to get online. Doesn't matter to me which one you get. This one's cheaper and you get better benefit. I like this one better because it's cheaper, but I'm old school, so I end up using the DVD. Okay, I just have to use my DVD player. I like it. Okay, so you're going to do this. This is for the outside, for the sexy part. Okay, and that's it. That's an essential. It's right there, remember? This is important. You're doing this one, guys, 3 times a week, 12 minutes a day. Okay? But there's another kind of exercise, and this is really important because these exercises stimulate the inside muscles that hold bones in alignment. Think that's important? Yeah. If I adjust it and put it in place, we want it to stay there, don't we? That's how we get the corrective results. So I'm going to say, are you doing the corrective exercises and are you doing your fitness exercises? And your answer will be, of course, yes. That's how you get better. So you can't get better unless you do the things I ask. Now, does the fitness work? Well, you see the corrective exercises, hold bones, right? Does the fitness work? I don't know. She lost over 100 pounds 3 times a week. And Jim did it too, and he lost over 100 as well. It works. I had a patient last night in the class. The guy was skinny as a rail. He said, if I lost 100 pounds, I'd be gone. See, here's the thing about these kind of exercises. If you're overweight, it pulls you to fit. If you're underweight, it pulls you to fit. So either way, they're going to get you better. And that's cool. Make sense? Got to get you better. So we are going to use, you're going to get a set of custom orthotics. Now, what do the orthotics have to do with anything? We're built from a foundation, aren't we? If my foot drops, my knee is twisted, my hip is twisted, am I ever going to straighten this out if I don't put orthotics in the shoes? No. And these are custom. These are not good feet. Here, try these, hope they feel better. No, these are custom to your foot. So one of my questions is going to be, are you wearing your orthotics like I gave you? And you're going to say yes. Right? You're going to get a custom pillow. The pillow has an arch in it. Who wants to guess what this number measures? 45. You got it, 45. Because we want to make sure that we're balancing out that neck exactly like it's supposed to be. Or you can lay on your side, which supports you in this orientation. That's fine too. See, it supports your neck and your head, so you're not tipping one way or another. Right? So I'm going to say, are you using your pillow? And Maria's going to say yes. All right? That's how you get better. Okay? You are also going to get a urine kit. Now, what does this have to do with your nervous system? Nothing. It has to do with the other essentials. Okay? We're going to test your urine. We're going to test it for missing nutrients. We're going to test it for toxins. We're going to test it for enzymes, macronutrient balance, micronutrient balance. We're going to check for all the hormones. And then we're going to give you specific supplementation to make sure you get corrected. Makes sense, yeah? Now, if we did all of that, how healthy would you be?
Very.
Pretty healthy, yeah? But there's one thing, guys, that I haven't talked about yet. And guys, it's more important than nervous system. It's more important than nutrition. It's more important than orthotics. It's more important than anything I've talked about. The number one thing we have to change, guys, is your mind, the way you think. Because, guys, you grew up in a culture that said, take your drugs, do a little bit of exercise, eat your Fruit Loops, and everything's going to be just fine. Right? And how's that working out for us? It's not. You have to change your mind the way you think. Every month, and Mike's been to a couple of them, we have a seminar where we teach and educate you guys on topics of health. Last month it was called Beyond Cancer Awareness. We taught you a step-by-step strategy that you could change your lifestyle so you don't get cancer. Who wants cancer? Raise your hand. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right? This month we're teaching you stuff about, we had Forever Young. Who wants to stay young forever? That's me. That was 2 seminars ago. Okay? Coming up, we have ones called Sugar Crash. It's all about the dangers of sugar. Why is that? We're coming into sugar season, aren't we? Starts at Halloween and doesn't end until Valentine's Day. It's insane. Okay? Now you're even, how healthy are you now, Claudia? Dang healthy. There's nothing more. That's all there is.
Yeah.
Okay? So, that was Donna. This is Vicky. Now, Vicky came to us from a seminar. She brought a friend, came to her from seminar, and she had the phase 2. Remember the damage to the discs. How do you know phase 1, 2, 3? Remember, it's too straight or the disc is collapsing. That's phase 2. Who remembers the heart story I told in the very beginning? Remember that? That's her story. She came to the seminar. She had had a heart transplant. And the doctor, listen to this. Imagine this consultation for a second. Make arrangements to die. The heart we put in your chest is dying dying in your chest, and make arrangements, and you're going to be dead in about a month. Her friend brought her to the seminar, and this is her 1 year later. She lasted more than a month. You know why I know that? She's still here today. Both of these people are still getting care in the office. Why are they still coming if they're fixed? What causes subluxation? Things we do. Life. Bending, lifting, twisting, having babies, picking up babies, right? Sitting for an hour listening to me yak, right? All that stuff creates problems. So she got fixed up, and she's still getting fixed up every day, and she's going to have a glorious life as a consequence of a healthy, functioning nerve system. This is Asley. Asley had the chicken beaks, and she had lady part troubles and colon problems. She came into the office to take a look-see. 1 year later, look at the curve. Fixed? Yeah. Did the bird beaks go away? No, they didn't. I'm sorry, it got back row. I don't blame you. So it's hard to see, but it didn't go away. Why is today the most important day to start? Before the chicken beaks, and if they got them, they don't get worse. You see, those things are irreversible. Was I able to get her 100% corrected? No, heartbreaking. Was she mad? Oh, she felt so good she couldn't stand herself. She was happy, I was not. And that's why we need to get the kids, the babies, the children, get all the kids going so they can be healthy and have a great life. I have a vision for the future. If we can just get the little kids understanding the principle of health, we can truly transform the world. Because if she gets it, guess who else is going to get it when she has kids? Her kids and her kids' kids, and now we can really start making an impact. 3 generations from now, we can change a planet. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to make that happen in my own brain. Sadly, this is Norman. This is Asley's husband. They came in together, husband and wife. And Norman said this, you go ahead and get started. We can't afford both of us. What's more important, money or health? Do you see? We say it with our mouths, but we don't live with our lives. Norman was in back negotiating with me. I'm like, dude, you're negotiating with yourself. This is your life, not mine. He made that decision. This was his x-ray when he came in. Now it's a low back x-ray from the front. Can you guys see the twist in his back? Back surgery, 7 injections of cortisone into his back. 7. That's called an injection scar. Did any of that fix his spine? Did it fix his alignment? The nerve that was damaged, guys, went to his prostate gland. His prostate was so swollen from the nerve damage, he had to put a catheter in to go to the bathroom every day. Is that the quality of life you were hoping for? I can't wait to get a catheter and walk from place to place with a bag I gotta carry. Is that healthy? Is that a life? That's not living, that's existing. But he didn't get treatment. His wife did. She got fixed up and went into maintenance care. He didn't. But once she got fixed, he came in. This is Norman 1 year later. Now, what do you think the x-ray is going to look like? You guys know this stuff now. You got no treatment. What's it going to look like? Better, worse, or the same? Miriam?
We got no treatment.
No treatment. It's got to get worse, doesn't it? See, it's progressive. Take a look at what happened. You guys tell me. Did his scoliosis curve intensify and get worse? Yes. Did the rod crack and bend from the stress of the subluxation? Yes. Then the doctor sliced him open, installed this machine. That thing is called a morphine pain pump. That pumps morphine opiate drug into his bloodstream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And what does it fix? Nothing. Norman started treatment 4 months into care. He died from prostate cancer because he freaking waited too damn long. There's no waiting. There's no negotiating. You just get better. Because I promise you, when you get the diagnosis of diabetes, cancer, heart disease, or whatever, you'll make time. You'll make time. What age should we check the kids, do you think? What's a good age for kids? Claudia? What do you think?
6 months?
6 months? This girl's 13 years old. Now, this is your kid now. This is your neighbor kid. This is your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, the next door neighbor kid, the kid that's so cute comes over and says hi every day. Some little beautiful child, just some child. When would you want to know this is happening to a kid? Because you guys know this stuff now. You tell me, who's okay with that being a kid? That's a scoliosis distortion, and what is she going to die from? Pick a nerve. Pick a nerve. These children most commonly die from cardiovascular disease, heart and lung troubles. Could I fix that? Yeah. Did I get a chance? No. Mom got so scared, she went across the street, spoke with Dr. Jansen. Dude, within 24 hours, they sliced this baby's back open, peeled the meat back, and with a hammer and a mallet, beat that spine into alignment, stuck rods into her back. Which she'll outgrow. They'll have to do it again. What makes more sense? Getting your infant baby fixed now, or waiting for this to happen to your infant baby at 13 years old? Make sense? Guys, how many people need to know what you know right now? How many people need to know what you know? How many people? And how are they going to find out? Are you going to keep it in here? Or are you going to open your mouth and tell people? But what if they don't listen? What if they're ornery? I don't want to go. You grab them by the ears and you make them come in. They deserve this, don't they? I mean, think about your poor friends. Here's your friends' choices, totally. Yeah, I can go to my doctor and get drugs or surgery. Or I can get a second opinion and I can get drugs and surgery. Or I can get a third opinion, guess what it's going to be? Drugs and surgery. There is no choice out there. So, if you're here today as a guest supporting a family member, you know what it's going to cost you to get checked? Nothing. It's free. You have everybody in this room gets checked tonight for free. No cost. Can't beat that. But what about the family that's not here? You have 7 days, and it's free. But you got to get them in within 7 days. You're going to get a voucher tonight to give to your family members, and you got to pour in the love and get their butts in here within 7 days, or I'll charge them for free. But I feel so good. They could be phase 1, right? Maybe they're perfect. I don't know. Let's take an x-ray and find out. That's family. What about the friends that are family? You know what I'm talking about, right? That good friend or neighbor or brother or something? Co-worker? How are they going to find out about this place? You got to tell them. You got to keep telling. Keep preaching and preaching and preaching until they listen. Because if they don't get it, they're gonna get it. It's not gonna be pretty. So we do a program called Dinner with the Doc. On your next visit, we're gonna take you and 10 of your best friends to a Red Lobster dinner. We're gonna teach them about health, and they get to make their own choices. And they may choose not to do it. You know what? That's okay with me, because they heard it and they made a decision, versus no choice at all. Give your friends a chance. Just let them listen to what I have to say, and they can do whatever they want. And that's what the dinner's for. Cool? All right. I'm all done yakking away, believe it or not. Okay? Now, we're going to get started here, reviewing x-rays. Dr. Starr will work from here. I'll work from the other office. You guys, it won't take too long. We'll go as quickly as you can. Now, there's quite a few people tonight, so I'm just begging you to be patient with me. We'll go as fast as I can. Cool? So hang tight, and we'll get you guys all taken care of. Right on?
Gracias.
All right. Excellent. Oh.